Hello students, my name is Kumari Shilpi. I am an assistant professor in Department of Management and Commerce, Mewar University. We already completed till lecture 7. In lecture 7 we completed MSME scheme, but all these schemes were not covered. So some of the scheme I am going to discuss today in the class. Let's begin with the first scheme which covers in the MSME. So the very first scheme is Assistant to Training Institution ATI scheme. What is the objective of this scheme? The scheme aims to strengthen the create infrastructure and facilitate and provide assistance for the entrepreneurship, and they are also engaged in providing the training programs for the skill development. So this is the objective of the for this scheme, assistance to training institution. If you're talking about the key benefits, so under this scheme, support would be provided for the infrastructure and capacity building for the training institution under the Ministry of MSME and the existing state level entrepreneurship development institutions. Further, the scheme would provide support to all skill development programs carried by the training institutions of Ministry of MSMEs. If I'll talk about the scheme applicability, whom this skill is applicable, so the benefit of this scheme can be availed only by the training institutions of the Ministry of MSMEs as well as the state level of entrepreneurship development institutions. If we talk about the overall information about this particular scheme, under the scheme, assistance would be provided to the training institution under the Ministry of MSME for creation, strengthening and expansion of infrastructure, including the setup of the new branches, centers. Even the assistance would be provided for meeting the revenue deficit with the National Institute of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Even the financial assistance under this scheme to the state level EDI will be restricted to maximum of rupees around 300 lakh in each case. This financial assistance would be utilized by development of physical infrastructure, procuring of equipments like plants and machinery, faculty training, faculty training and development of capabilities in undertaking of studies, research on issues which is related with the MSME sector. Even the financial assistance would be over and above grant if any received by the institution earlier under the ATI scheme, Assistant to Training Institution. To receive the assistance under this scheme, an EDI owned and controlled by the state government or the union territory would be selected on the recommendation of the state government and or the union territory. So I guess this scheme is clear to all of you what basically this scheme how this scheme works and how and in which conditions the financial assistance are given. So let's move toward the next scheme, that is skill upgradation and Mahila Choir Yojana. What this scheme is? First of all, objective. So the scheme aims to impart training in processing of choir and enable and create value addition to potential workers such as choir artisans. Choir is basically made up of the coconut upper layer which we are able to see. So the choir is that, and through that we are making so many products like rope and all. So workers such as choirs and artisans and potential entrepreneurs through training and training centers set up by the choir board. So the scheme aims to enable and create self-employment opportunities to the rural women artisans in the regions in which the processing of coconut husk is there. So we can say that the coconut husk is using for the choir and for making the other products. So the women are basically motivated for under this scheme. Next one is, what is the key benefits? If we are talking about the key benefits, the scheme would provide training to the supervisors, instructors, artisans in the choir industry. Further, if we'll talk under this scheme, the entrepreneurship development programs, workshops, seminars would be organized and for the development of the choir industry. So many other things are also happened, like conducting exposures tour in the rural artisans for the familiarizing the new incorporated technology under the choir industry. Where this scheme is applicable for? So this scheme is applicable for all existing and aspiring entrepreneurs. If we are talking about the other informations, so this scheme enable any individual to avail the technologies available for the choir board by paying only a very nominal or very small amount. Further, the training, incubations, hand-holding supports are also there. Assistance for setting up of the new units and support from the R&D institutes of the board. So in short, this basically scheme is for motivating women rural artisans and the development of the institutions related with the training skills as well as the support which is provided to the by the choir board. So I guess this scheme is also clear to all of you. Let's move toward the next scheme. The next scheme is procurement and marketing support scheme. What this scheme is about? So this scheme aims at developing the marketability of services and products in the MSME sector by promoting new market access initiatives like organizing participation in national and international trade fairs, exhibition and MSMEs, etc. So MSME Expo, etc. So basically, it's promoting the access initiatives and awareness about the various marketing programs which is relevant with the topics, creating awareness regarding to e-marketing and GST portal and other topic, etc. So we can see that this basically scheme is for providing the information awareness and about the various marketing activities for the MSMEs. Next, if we'll talk about the key benefits, what are the various benefits? Involvement of individual MSCs in domestic exhibitions, trade fair, etc. Even developing the capacity of MSMEs in development of marketing heats, adoption of modern packaging, modern techniques, barcode, etc., and as well as providing the products on the e-commerce platform. Organizing various events like domestic trade fairs and exhibitions, awareness program, national and international workshops, seminars, etc. As well as development of various retail outlets. So basically, this scheme is totally focused that how we can sell the product, what kind of marketing approaches we can use in the MSMEs. Where this scheme is applicable for? So this scheme is applicable for the existing entrepreneurs. If I'll talk about the detailed information related with this particular scheme, so this market, how to basically this scheme enables the MSMEs entrepreneurs to access the initiatives, market access initiatives across the country, organizing and taking participate in so many events like domestic trade fairs, exhibit, awareness programs, etc. Vendor development program related with the vendors who are the suppliers, who are the raw material suppliers, as well as the capacity building of the enterprises that they are able to compete with their marketing approach with the large firms and development of various retail outlets. So we can say that the marketing approach strategy, making strategies are the main aim of this scheme and development of MSMEs through selling and marketing it properly. Next, if we'll talk about the next type of scheme, next scheme is international cooperation scheme. What this scheme is about, let's discuss with the objective. So the objective of this scheme is the scheme aims at the capacity building of MSMEs for entering the export market by facilitating their participation in international exhibition, fairs, conferences, seminars, buyer-sellers meet abroad. So we can say that the cooperation in the export system as well as the properly buyer-seller meet, as well as it is also engaged or it is also initiate the actionable market intelligent reimbursement of various costs which is related with the export of goods and services. So basically this particular scheme is supporting the MSMEs for exporting and selling the product, or we can say for internationalizing the product. It also provides MSMEs to continuously update themselves and meet various challenges, which is because of the technology. So technology upgradation is also one of the major challenge for the MSMEs, changes in demand in the market, as well as the emergence of the new market, or the capturing, how we can capture the new market. So we can say that these are the objective of this scheme, international cooperation scheme. If I'm talking about the key benefits, so it is basically in the sub-component. So there are three sub-component which is provided. So sub-component one is based on the market development assistance for MSME MDA. Second is sub-component second, that is capacity building of the MSME exporters. Subcontinent third is basically based on how to framework the international market intelligence dissemination. So we can see the scheme aims to capacity build MSMEs for entering in the export market by facilitating the participation in the international exhibition, fair, conferences, seminars, as well as how they can meet the seller abroad, how they can meet the buyer abroad, and with the actionable market intelligence. This scheme also provides continuous updations related with the technology, which I already discussed, where this scheme is applicable for. So this scheme is applicable under the subcomponent 1. If we'll talk, it is applicable on the Ministry of MSME and organization under the ministry, state, central government, organization, institutions, and registered industry enterprises, etc. If I'll talk about the detailed information, the participations of the MSME delegation in international exhibition, physical mode is one of the important concept, not the through the online, but physical mode like trade fair, buyer, seller meet, that is help to make the network. Participations of MSMEs delegation in the international exhibition, organizing virtual mode too, organizing the international conferences, summits, workshops, seminars, that can be in physical mode to be organized in India, industry like industrial association, by the industrial association, by the government organization, and organizing international conference summits in the virtual mode, and it can be organized by the industry association, government organization, organizing mega international conferences, summits, workshops, etc. So we can say that the virtual mode and physical mode both are basically appraised if there is a meeting in the meeting of the buyer and seller, and for providing the network which will help to develop the MSMEs in India. So this scheme is basically for internationalizing the product or for the export support by the government. If we'll talk about the next scheme, what the next scheme is, this is National SC/ST Hub. So what this scheme is all about, let's start with the objective. So this scheme is aimed at providing professional support to the entrepreneurs who are belonging to a particular community like scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So this scheme would enable these entrepreneurs their obligations under the central government public procurement policy for the micro small enterprises order 2012. Further, this scheme would enable them to adopt the applicable business practice and which leverage the Stand Up India initiatives. If we're talking about the key benefits, so this scheme provides the subsidies of around 25% on purchase of plants and machineries or equipments. Even it would provide the marketing and mentoring support through the participations in the exhibitions vendor development programs, reimbursement of transaction cost. If we'll talk, this scheme would provide collection, collations, and disseminations of information with respect to the SC/ST enterprises and entrepreneurs. As well as this scheme also helps to understand the distribution of trade-specific toolkits to train the candidate of skill development program along with the free skill training. So free skill trainings without any cost is also provided. So where this scheme is applicable for, although the name is even suggesting this is applicable for the particular community, so this benefit under the scheme can be availed by all the existing and aspiring SC/ST entrepreneurs. If we'll talk about the overall detailed information related with it, so the National SC/ST Hub NSSH has been set up with providing the professional support to the entrepreneurs belonging to the particular caste. The NSSH aims to achieve the obligation under the central government public procurement policy, which I already discussed. So in short, we can say even this scheme is also, there are sub schemes under this, like the special credit linked capital subsidy scheme, special marketing scheme, single point registration scheme, bank loan processing scheme. So the other schemes are also operational and it is basically prioritized, or these are the sub schemes which is under the NSSH. So hope this scheme is also clear to all of you. Let's move toward the next. So the scheme for promoting innovation, rural industry and entrepreneurship, if we'll talk about the objective, so this scheme aims at setting up a network of incubation and technology center to promote innovation and entrepreneurship to strengthen the competitiveness of MSME sector, predominantly basically in the rural and undeserved areas. The main objective of this is to promote the innovation and accelerate the entrepreneurship by imparting skill development programs for creating the wage and self-employment opportunities in agro-rural sector. Next, if we'll talk about the benefits, so the setting up the technology business incubators, livelihood business incubators, skill youth own incubations and enterprises are the first benefit of this particular scheme. Maximum around 1 crore rupees to the government agencies and 75 lakh rupees to the private agencies are provided under this scheme for procuring the plant and machinery. Maximum 1 crore rupees is given to the new government and the private agencies as a operational expenditure, support towards like the manpower cost, running incubation, skill development program. So where this scheme is applicable for? So this scheme is applicable for any agency institution of Government of India, state government or existing training center which is under the ministries, departments of Government of India, state government, industry, association and academic institutions. For non-for-profit, if we'll talk, private institution with experience in successfully executing incubation and skill development are also eligible for setting up of this particular scheme. So hope these all schemes are clear to all of you. We'll move to the next topic in the next lecture. Thank you so much. And if any doubt, please let me know. Thank you.